I'm gonna share with you how to make my favorite pork chops, the Southwest pork chops in the Instant Pot. They turn out perfect every time. So much flavor, and the gravy is, perfect. Well, that's me. I'm Instant Pot Dave of TheWildWaynes. That's my baby girl, supervising and directing this episode. I'm going to start our Southwest seasoning off with some chili powder and some paprika. 1.5 teaspoons of granulated garlic. I like the granulated garlic over the garlic powder, personal preference. We'll get 1.5 teaspoons of granulated onion as well. I forgot to hit record for a couple of teaspoons of oregano. And then we'll get a couple of teaspoons of salt and a little cumin. Get the power from some thyme, plenty of fresh cracked black pepper, and a little cayenne. We'll mix our Southwest seasoning real well. Put a nice heavy coat heavily across both sides of your pork chops and spread it around. Make sure you got it in there. And hey, remember, subscribe and share this video with your friends and family. Just like that. Hit saute on your Instant Pot, and after that pot's hot, add a couple of tablespoons of olive oil. And we'll brown a couple of pork chops at a time, 2 minutes on each side. In each batch, I cut the time down by about 15 seconds. That pot gets a little hotter as time goes. There's some perfectly brown pork chops. It smells amazing. We're gonna move our pork chops over to a serving plate while we repeat the steps for the rest. I'm gonna add a little bit more olive oil. We'll drop a couple more pork chops in there. A couple of beautiful pork chops, huh? And I help the oil around the pork chops. The pot's not hot yet at the top, so pulled it out and move it around a little bit. There you go. And drop that back in and finish up your browning. After you're all done, you gotta have some serious blackening on the bottom of your pot. No big deal, that's all your flavor. Add your water to that and easily scrape all that delicious Southwest flavor up off the bottom. You get yourself an incredible broth. Now, I added water instead of chicken broth. I like adding chicken broth. I like chicken bouillon now. It gives me control over how powerful my chicken broth is. So I'm gonna do a couple of teaspoons of chicken bouillon. We'll mix that into our Southwest flavored broth. And about a teaspoon left of our seasoning. Might as well mix that in there too. I wouldn't do more than maybe a teaspoon. And let's place our perfectly brown pork chops down into our flavored broth. I overlap just a little bit of each one. Stacked them up into a circle. Alright, we'll put our lid on and seal our pressure release valve. And we'll pressure cook for 7 minutes. And before our 7 minutes are up, we'll make our cornstarch slurry for our gravy. We'll get a couple of tablespoons of cornstarch in there. And we'll add 4 tablespoons of cold filtered water. And then we'll mix that cornstarch in that water real well. And after 7 minutes are up, we'll release our pressure release valve and open it up. And there they are. Bunch of perfectly cooked, super flavorful pork chops, just sitting in that delicious broth. Beautiful. It's a good looking pork chop. Delicate and incredibly juicy and flavorful. Alright, now we're gonna use that broth there for our gravy. But let's take care of these pork chops. We'll cover them up with some aluminum foil. I'm gonna set those aside. We're gonna cancel our pressure cooker and hit saute. I love my gravy whisk, everybody. There's a link to one in the video's description if you'd like one too. And we're gonna go ahead and whisk in our cornstarch slurry. Now, make this gravy nice and thick. Remember, we have our saute on. We're gonna get ourselves a nice little boil going. Give it a stir. Make sure you're not burning on the bottom. Get it boiling again. I'll let you know when it's done. It looks like you got a pot of boiling velvet. And cancel your saute, your gravy's done. There you go. I served my pork chops with some salad and a little blueberry vinaigrette, some roasted vegetables. Now, we have that perfect gravy. We're gonna ladle onto our pork chops. And that's my favorite pork chop, everybody. Super tender, ridiculously flavorful. With that gravy that's just out of this world. Thanks for directing, young lady. You're a good kid. I do appreciate you. That's a good pork chop. What a delicious dinner. It's time to say goodnight, everybody. And remember, subscribe to our channel and hit the bell. Get notified when we have another video out there for you to watch. If you are interested in this recipe, there is a link in this video's description that'll take you right to the recipe. You can print it off, give us a thumbs up, and share our videos with your friends and family. Thank you so much, everybody. Take care of yourselves out there. Bye-bye.